right, welcome back to the voice of the community. Hey, I'm Brother Brian. I got a special guest, a new business owner, a new community advocate that's here live on the air with me right now. She's brand new to the community, but she's going to bring a lot to the community. We're talking about job development, economic development. We're talking about career focus. We got Miss Keisha Terrelone from the Trucking Transportation Academy. Welcome, Miss Keisha. How are you doing?
I am wonderful. Thank you so much for having me. Awesome introduction.
Yes, ma'am. We appreciate you coming to our community, making things happen. Because I've seen you on our local TV station, Louisiana Living.
Yeah.
Just saw you come out of the city council meeting, and you're just getting all around. And before, I want to see if we can help out and get the word out there in the community and let the people know there are opportunities, and it's right here under our nose. So tell us a little bit about the Trucking Transportation Academy.
Well, it's pretty much a one-stop shop. I have almost 10 years in the field, almost 20 years prior law enforcement. Um, I want to go into the communities and make a difference. So I teach freight brokering, freight dispatching. I set up people's LLCs and corporations. I teach people about business credit. I hire owner operators and drivers. I have a trucking company back in Virginia. So, I mean, when I say one-stop shop, after I train you, I can literally hire you. Um, I teach people how to be successful, how to learn what it is to build generational wealth, to learn what it is to build residual income, take care of your families. A lot of times they come out of prison or they're in areas where they don't get an opportunity to really shine. And so I want to be that lantern. I want to be that lamp that says, hey, you can do it. Look, all you need to do is be trained properly. And if you don't want to drive a truck, you can buy one and put it on with the company and still make money. So there's so many people don't, everything we have in our homes comes from a truck. Every super,
Absolutely. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
every supermarket, every clothing store. Um, that's where the rubber meets the road.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. It makes sense. And so what I'm hearing from you right now, you're coming to our community in order to build, you're building, setting up an incubator for success to develop generational wealth. And we can do it one truck at a time. And so you're talking about and logistics. You're talking about freight brokering. You're talking about shipping, trucking, working together. But in
Yeah.
2020, we saw that there was a slowdown as far as cargo, or I'm sorry, freight being moved. And my understanding is because it was the lack of truck drivers. Can you expound on that a little bit?
I can. So there's many dynamics. Truck drivers don't feel appreciated. And I get it. They're away from home for long periods of time. You have over the road drivers that come home maybe once a month. So we can say, okay, the money is good, but I don't see my children. I know that firsthand. I left at 4 a.m. in the morning, sometimes didn't come back until 10 at night. It takes a toll on your marriage. It takes a toll on your children. Drivers want to be home. All of them can't. Then you have the older drivers that drive automatics. And I mean, that drive the stick, the standard. The new drivers want to drive automatics, but then they get a license that says they can only, drive automatics. So if they go to look for a job somewhere else, they can't do the job because maybe those trucks are all standards. So there's a lot of dynamics. Most drivers, people don't know this, trucking is a felony. Job that you can have felonies and still work and be extremely productive, make a great deal of money. Background checks are not screened like they would be if you were in corporate America. It is drivers, they lose their social skills. They're in the truck by themselves a lot. It's hard, mentally. during the COVID epidemic, I really could relate. My truck sat for a long time. I almost actually lost them. I had to work really hard to maintain. A lot of drivers, you're going into these docks and into the different shippers, and the pay wasn't great because they knew you needed to work. And now we're experiencing, how do you really pay them that well for a limited amount of miles? And then you have the fuel costs. So with good training, I prepare my drivers to not stay drivers. I have an ecosystem in place where internally, I mean, one-stop shop. I have funding. I have all the affiliates, resources you need to be successful and not stay a driver. So again, when you give a person a reason why, and you treat them well and you respect them, they're motivated to work for you and do well. That's all a part of training.
You brought up a very powerful point there, and one of those that you focus. One of your target markets or target niches is focused on. I call them, if I could use my own terminology, CIP/FIP. What that means is that currently incarcerated person slash the FIP, which is the formerly incarcerated person, and this career field, the incubator that you're building for success to build generational wealth, it has a low barrier to entry. Because as you mentioned, when a person is released from prison during a period of time, there are barriers on the applications. They ask, have you been arrested? Have you ever had a felony? And that may it may secretly disqualify them for an occupation. But in this career building field, which has professional wages, a professional appearance, you can actually make livable wages. It does not matter your past experience. It's about the skill sets on the job that your trucking academy will actually educate the individuals on. And so the academy itself, what are we looking at? What is the duration of time for the schooling? Give me a little bit more, something I can see. What does it look like?
Sure. So I just applied to be a CDL school and a driving school. So with the driving school, we have kids in high school that don't have a vehicle to use to do a driving school, to get their learner's permit. I'll be able to do that. When they come out, I went to the prison and had an interview with the warden. And if they allow me to, I'd like to bring the information into the prison 6 months prior to them coming out. Prepare their LLCs, prepare their business licenses, prepare them to go to school. So for a CDL school, half of the day is in class, half is out. It usually takes 4 to 6 weeks, depending on how a person learns. The one thing I'm big on is treating people the way I want to be treated. So if you didn't get it in the 4 or 6 weeks, come back. Let's make it right. That's what training is about. I know in law enforcement, actually over a period of time, I became a field training officer. And that training allowed me to help others grow and be good at their jobs. And so when you can say, okay, I don't want to drive. I just want to be a freight broker. I just want to dispatch. Those are all opportunities to go into impoverished areas or communities that need people there to kind of guide, to set the tone that success is possible no matter where you come from. So most of my trainings are a month long, but they can actually last a lifetime. I want to make it so we're so family oriented. If you're out on the road and you have a problem, even though you went through training, nothing like real world experience, you can call back and say, hey, I need a little help understanding this. Did I make a mistake? How do I avoid making a mistake? Those are the things that I want to bring over a period of 30. I have tiers. So each tier will consist of, I take 15 to 30 minutes to talk to everybody before I even sign them up. I want to know their dreams. I want to know their goals. I want to know their aspirations. Where do you see yourself in 6 months? Now tell me where you see yourself in a year. Then I can look and put a proposal together. This is how we can get you there. And these are the things that you need to do.
I like that. I like that. And my next question is obvious, but you definitely have a lot of years in the trucking industry. So the trucking academy is definitely not gender specific.
Oh, absolutely not. From old to young, rich to poor, male, female, it doesn't matter. My door is open to give back. And again, this is kind of personal for me. I come from the projects in Brooklyn, and I know what it took for me to get from there to be right here talking to you today and sitting in the city council. And so I say that humbly, inspiring others. I'm also a crisis stabilization counselor. I have a master's in human services. Giving back is essential to what he requires of us. Our very foundation of success comes from our hard work, but it also comes from up above. And so for me, it's personal. Watching change and transformation is an awesome feeling when a person can feed themselves
Absolutely.
and take care of
Absolutely.
their babies. It reduces recidivism.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
It
So,
changes the game.
yes, absolutely. So tell us, how can you got me excited? So how can we get in contact with you or whoever the point of contact is? Give us the name of the academy again, the contact information, email, telephone number. How can we get in contact?
Sure, you can call 833 822 2022. You can go to the website, www.truckingtransportationacademy.com. There's a button, book now. I give everyone 15-minute free consultation to hear what you are interested in doing. And then I kind of guide you and pave the way, and we can go from there. You can also email me, Trucking Transportation Academy at gmail.com. We usually respond to calls the same day or the next day, and emails within 24 hours. So we're readily available. Again, the office should be up and running in about 2 weeks, and we're still doing virtual training as we speak.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So I want to make sure I get it right. A person contacting the academy can actually go through training in order to become a owner operator, freight broker, dispatcher, and so many other subsidiaries of the trucking industry logistically in order to provide a living for themselves, their family, and their community in order to build generational wealth.
Absolutely. Yes, sir. And people that are not even interested in trucking, if you just wanted to make residual income, go buy a truck and put it on with the company and let us run it for you and send you a check.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Well,
Yes.
Keisha, I appreciate your time. I'm going to give you the last couple of moments to share some information that we overlooked or how to get in contact with it. But go ahead and close us out, please.
I just want to thank you so much for this opportunity. I want to thank the city of Monroe, Louisiana as a whole. It's been very welcoming, very inviting, and I want to be an asset here. I want to work together and revitalize some areas and give people a reason why. So thank you for this.
Oh, you're welcome. I see you have your seatbelt on. So, hey, that might be the academy I need to go to. It's about safety first. Well, thank you again, and I'll see you in the community.
Okay, I appreciate you. Thank you. Bye-bye.